Hey writers, I am Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters. For most screenwriters, getting that first manager is going to be a huge career milestone, hoping that first manager is in fact quite effective and can help them move their screenwriting career forward. We talk about that a lot, and a lot of writers that I work with will come to me with the idea of I need to get representation. But how do you get representation? I wanted to talk a little bit about the various paths that we have to representation today, specifically for unknown emerging writers. Of course, this is not going to cover every possible path to every possible writer-manager relationship I've ever heard of, but I wanted to share some of the kind of more popular ways. So the single most popular way to get representation, and potentially the most effective one, is through referrals, right? Somebody who knows you, who has friends or knows people in representation that can make that call and get a manager to read your work. We saw exactly that happen in late 2024 when the writer of a screenplay titled Alignment was introduced to two managers at Untitled Entertainment, a big management firm. Those managers signed the writers, sent the script out to, I'm guessing, one or two people, and one of those companies preemptively picked up the script. We're not expecting that from every scenario. Most scenario, even some scenarios, that is a very rare lightning in a bottle kind of scenario, but it just goes to show you what is possible. That said, most writers don't have referrals into the industry, so they have to look at other avenues to get exposure for the work and get their work seen. So right there, we have the competitions, writing fellowships that serve as a bit of a culling mechanism for the industry. How do you identify those scripts that rise to the top, right? 8,000 scripts go in, maybe top 20 come out. 500, 5,000, whatever that number is. We're looking at the big screenwriting competitions that have produced working writers previously. So generally, we're looking at the Nickel, Final Draft Big Break. We're looking at Austin Film Festival, Script Pipeline, Page. There are a few others. There's also the fellowships, the ABC Disney Fellowship, NBC, Paramount, Fox, Warner Brothers, where being named finalist to those fellowships can certainly help for the push. It creates acclaim and exposure for the work, which tells a manager there's something here to look at. A lot of managers do read, kind of final round or reader circle. The best competitions have a judging panel that is part of them. But, I've worked with writers who've done really well in the script pipeline competition. Just from that went on to secure representation, be it through the contest organizers or on their own merit, saying, hey, I just finaled in the script pipeline competition or in Austin or whatever. We're looking for things that will fuel your marketing efforts. So that's where the competitions, as well as the Blacklist website, in which you can pay for evaluations, potentially get that coveted 8, becomes really helpful. There will be some work that organizers, specifically with competitions, if you win the whole thing, may be able to do for you or help you with. But it also powers your push to friends in the industry or a query push that we are seeing still today. I'll get to queries in one second. There's a lot of online pitching that's happening today, as well as in-person pitching. Online pitching is happening on Roadmap Writers and Stage 32. We know that Faden still does their Hollywood Pitch Fest every year, which takes place in person in LA. I do find that when you go to something like Hollywood Pitch Fest, you're usually meeting coordinator level talent reps or junior talent reps, because the big talent reps simply don't have the time or the bandwidth. But somebody's coordinator today is maybe a star manager in 5 years. So it never hurts to meet people and to kind of look at that as a networking opportunity with people who are coming up in the industry who may find themselves in a powerful management position down the line. So we have those paths. And then we have query letters. That was not a psychologically timed clearing of the throat, I promise you. But we do have query letters, right? Targeted query letters that have been effective over the years, and some managers still read those. That said, writing a query letter is a very specific art, so I encourage you to take time in doing that and really consider how to do it best. There's also Virtual Pitch Fest, which is not a pitching site. It is a query sending site that allows you to query some of their managers. So that is one way in which to get your work out there. And the nice thing about Virtual Pitch Fest is that you will get responses back. There's a lot more to this. I just want to give you a broad strokes on some of the ways that people get out there, and that's before we get into like friends and writers groups that then refer you to their managers, but those are referrals. Instructors that refer you to somebody they know, again, referrals. There are many different ways to do this. Wanted to give you a taste of some of those ways. If you are looking for a manager, if you're starting that search, do check out my representation rundown that I just launched very recently. But keep watching for more videos. I'm planning a little video series, 5 steps to getting repped. And we'll take it from there. Oh, and of course, subscribe. Bye.